Well, that is a tough way to end a great week. The only upside is it's explainable. When you looked at how the horses raced last night, sure, we were first, second, fifth, but they were all a little bit sick. Even Globetrotting, who I thought raced fantastic, had some yellow stuff in her nose. So we knew those horses were a little bit under the weather after the race. I had suspicions that the horses tonight were. I had a great day in Philadelphia today. Harness AM was good. A little weak on the end of it also. We scoped her, just a little bit of redness in her throat. Probably a little bit of allergies and whatnot. In hindsight, had I known everybody was on the run behind me, I might have been able to back them in a little bit more. But the problem is when you stop them and stop them and stop them like that, and then somebody comes charging, sometimes you get caught sleeping. And I just wanted to put her on the bit getting into the far turn and used her a little bit. It might have cost me the win. So that other horse was charging pretty hard in the end of it. I think I would have been second, but I don't think I would have been third. Anyway, that's hindsight. She raced well. You know, it was so disgustingly hot in Philadelphia today. It was like 36 degrees. 36 degrees when we went behind the gate. And for that filly just to scream off the car like that, take the lead quickly, control the race, I thought we were in good shape, but I did have to use her hard off the gate. So maybe that took a little bit away from it. Very handy filly, very, very handy filly. She's going to do good things for us, and she was third again today and raced well. And then Knockdown Dragout was really, to be honest, bad. I talked to Andrew quite a bit after, and he explained that they've been working diligently to get her feet cleaned up. She cut one foot, and it turned into a foot separation. It was just a mess. And you could, I'll tell you what, give her full marks. Hi, buddy. Give her full marks, because if you watch the race, you'll know what I'm talking about. All these fillies out there put a step in and run. 4 of them, I think, made breaks in our division. Here's a filly that had every reason to make a break. And most of the time when horses are hurting like this, they'll get really out of control and hot and bothered. This filly, 2 fingers at the gate. Got away fourth. I'm like, I got away behind the favorite. I'm like, that's good, right? 1 favorite up front, another one in the 3 hole. He's got to move. I'm going to get a second over toe. Horse in the 2 hole explodes. Now I'm sitting third. We're the only 3 really in the race. I know the other ones behind us aren't really that good. So I wait till just before the last turn, because it really took her a while in every straightaway and every turn to get going. Hey, Ollie, don't do that, buddy. In every turn, we got a baby issue. You stop it, baby. We're at the end of our trip, end of our working trip. 2 more days of it. But anyway, Knockdown Dragout put on some kind of performance of heart today. And you could tell in the race, just watch the race. She never put 3 strides together properly, but still found a way to trot as fast as she did, not make a break, not really. It looked like she was close, but she was strong, very strong. And, not strong in the sense she was in Poconos, because she was hurting today, but strong in the sense that mentally strong. I didn't know she was that tough. She put on quite a performance for me today. For me to be impressed at this point in time with Knockdown Dragout is something, because she's impressed us all year. We've all seen Knockdown Dragout. So for me to tell you that I was unbelievably impressed with this filly's composure today is a tall statement, a big statement. And hold on, buddy. Her feet can be fixed. All the secondary things she has going on can be addressed and fixed, and Andrew's working hard on it. We talked for about 40 minutes on the phone today about what his plan was and what he was planning on doing and how he was going to tackle this. He's working hard on it, and she likely will be going to the Jim Doherty. I've got 100 emails asking me if she's going. The plan is for her to race in the Jim Doherty Eliminations Friday at the Meadowlands. You'll probably see her get a little better. Is she going to be 100% next Friday? Maybe, maybe not. Andrew thinks, his blacksmith thinks that he's got most of the stuff out of her foot. It was nasty, but we'll see. We'll see. It's easy to say, oh, just skip the Doherty. We could do that, but again, that was an option. Ollie, don't do that, buddy. It was an option, and I left that up to Andrew, and we talked about it. As of right now, she will be heading to the Doherty next Friday. If anything changes, I'll be sure to let everybody know, but I was ultra impressed with her composure. Go, boo boo. Yes, your penguin. I know. Okay, let me see the penguin. Go, penguin. Okay. So Ollie, we're all done racing now. So tomorrow we're gonna get up. I told Ollie we'd go to the water park tomorrow, and I take him to the Detroit Tigers game on Sunday. So although we've had a fantastic week, tonight was a bit of a splash of cold water in the face, but I talked about that at the start. So we'll get right into it. I had my suspicions coming into tonight that there may have been an issue in the entire barn, in Jason's barn. Usually when a few horses have the virus, they all get it, right? Now the good news is we have 2 weeks before they have to be ready, which is more than enough time to get them back to 100%. The number one thing is right now, clean them up and let them get back healthy, and then and only then can you ask them for some work. So I raced West 52nd, got away in the front pretty easy, back the half off. I was thinking about staying on the front, and then I saw the favorite coming. I'm like, okay, cut him loose. I'll follow with helmet, hook a second, maybe get up and beat him. Around the last turn, I knew we were in trouble, and then West 52nd just run out of air down the lane. Ended up poorly finishing up. And then on my way over here, Amy had asked, well, if you thought Yes was bad, why'd you leave with him? I can't assume he's bad. I know in my head he could be bad. Is it better to leave with him and have him race the way he did, or get away ninth and have him flying on the end of it and say, oh my God, Yes wasn't sick. Yes was actually good, and I drove him like he was sick. There's a time to err on the side of caution, and tonight wasn't that time. We need the points to get in the final of the Sire Stakes. He's gonna have to do some work now. The horse of Beavers, I think, broke down tonight at Ostego, or whatever his name is. He was scratch lame. I think he's done for the season. He was ahead of us, so I'm just talking out loud. But now when we scoped Yes, there was a trickle of blood. This has happened a couple of times. I think Jason's just going to put him on Lasix. We're on the fence. Is there enough blood? Maybe not tonight, but there was a little bit last week, enough to put him on Lasix. He may have, if you remember back to his qualifier, he bled a little bit. Then we opted not to put him on Lasix. So this has been a teeter-totter back and forth with this colt all season. I think we're going to put him on Lasix. He's got 2 weeks to the fair that's coming up, and he does not like Sciota's surface. I look back at his lines. Sure, he won when it was muddy too, which would tighten the track up, but he didn't race that great this year at Sciota. Favored the half and favored the harder, tighter track of Northfield. So we're going to make a little shoeing change on him behind, switch from a steel to aluminum shoe, a little more grab. I think ultimately that'll probably help him. I don't like putting aluminums on him behind. His stifle bothers him a little bit. His lower hocks bug him a little bit. But in this case, I think, again, the shoeing change is called for. So we'll probably make a little shoeing change with him. West 52nd, it's just a matter of getting him healthy. This is a colt that he raced decent tonight, and you could see what I'm talking about when he ran out of air. Just the way it is. Horses get sick, and it goes through burns, and there's not much you can do. The good news, as I said, is we get 2 full weeks. That shouldn't be a problem to get them back to 100% by then. And then Emerald Miss raced. A little bit different situation. Emerald Miss was on the right line bad. I told you at Kawartha, she was on the line training down as a baby, but then at Kawartha, she wasn't on that line that bad and obliterated the field. Now, there were mediocre horses at Kawartha, but the mile she went was so impressive. She could go with any 2-year-old. I don't see that in her right now. I think she's struggling. I think she's hurting a bit. She's scope sick also. So we get her healthy. It's not going to fix that right line. I'm going to think about it for the next couple of days, but I'll be completely honest with you. I'm leaning towards just turning her out for a little while. I don't want to race against these fillies that are pacing in 51, 52, and she's not going to get around the half with a Buckeye. She was smart tonight. She went up to the gate. She did everything well as far as a racehorse is concerned, but I don't think it's going to benefit her or us to race her. I think she's too fast just to say, oh, sell her. It makes no sense to me. So I'm thinking maybe we just turn her out for a while, let her mature. She obviously has some aches and pains that we've tried to address, but this is a 2-year-old filly with an abundance of speed. She's already proven how fast she is. So why don't we just kick her out? In my head, I think it's probably the best thing for her and the best thing for all of us. But we'll see. We'll see. So that was tonight. Obviously, it's certainly not going to overshadow the week that we've had in Pennsylvania and Ohio and in New York. We've had a great run, just a massive week, and a few horses tonight that didn't race good is certainly not going to spoil that. Need Your Opinion in Ontario, certainly just going to have to clean her up. That shouldn't be a problem. 51 might be a problem, but the Battle of the Bells coming up, I don't see any issue whatsoever with Need Your Opinion at Grand River. So I'm excited about that. That's coming soon, and then we get everybody else racing. So tomorrow, I think Mario has Enduring Strength, Hometown Boys, and the Grassroots. And then we have a couple of more horses. Arvika is racing Sunday, and so is Time Dazzle in Georgian. Is it Saturday or Sunday? Sunday, I believe. So we had as I said, we had a big week. It's over now. Now I get to have some fun with the kids and Amy tomorrow, and then Sunday catch the ball game, and then right back at it in Ontario. Wednesday I have Really Blue Chip. I know I wasn't listed on Really Blue Chip. Scott said that was a mistake. That will be changed. So Really Blue Chip, I'm going to be driving her Wednesday at Batavia. Tricky thing, I got to find a way to get Friday. It might even be Friday afternoon. I got to check. Friday we have the Arden at the Meadows, and we've knocked down Dragout potentially at the Meadowlands. So first I have to make sure that it's afternoon racing at the Meadows, which I believe it is, and then I have to see if I can get a flight from Pittsburgh to Newark, and then I have to ask the race secretary to put Knockdown Dragout in a little bit later. So a lot of moving parts going into next Friday. A lot of horses schooling. Tiamo Hanover's in Tuesday. I'm going to drive him at Mohawk, and then we have bunch of other horses schooling. All those Arctic Forest is going to school. Brushcut's not ready yet. Arctic Forest is going to school. Marzank Hanover is going to school, and so is Bottle of Red. They're all going to school. If I'm missing somebody, maybe Spirit of Dio also. So I'm just trying to get my head back around Ontario's barns. A bunch to school Tuesday, a bunch to race next week, and a lot going on. So a fantastic week. An unfortunate ending here in Ohio, but it's always next week. In this case, 2 weeks from now, we'll have them all cleaned up and ready to go for the Ohio State Fair. Take care. Bye.